Hi friends, it's Liz here. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited about today's project. I'll be making these little clutch paper bag purses with a twist, and I'm saying that because I haven't seen this done yet. The original inspiration for this came from Gina at Firefly Studio 67. I will link her channel below. And this one was sort of based on what I saw her make. But here's my twist. Let me show you that in a second because I got inspired from something else I had made. Ta-da! So I made it like an accordion style ephemera holder because I thought it would be so perfect to stuff it to send in, snail mail for friends, etc. And I haven't seen it done this way before, but like I said, it may be. I have no idea. I got inspired actually because of this one I made a while back. I will link that video below. I have a tutorial for this one. This one was inspired by Lynette. Hi Lynette, if you're watching. She sent me the most amazing little booklet like this. And it was sort of done very similar, but not with the paper bags. And so these ones are paper bag. I've done 3 different styles of them, as you can see. This one here, I had to try it with the piano roll cover. Now, this digital comes from Took at Took's Craft Table. Hi, Took, and thank you. She shared this with me, the digital. Check out her Etsy shop. I will link it below. You can get this actually in her shop now. I will also be sharing some of her digitals in a future video, but this is the one I wanted to feature here because it kind of works with what I'm doing with the clutches. And I've wanted to try these like piano roll ones, so I just thought it worked out perfectly. And these are the other 2 designs that I have done. A lot easier to make than the one I'm showing you today. So I'll walk you through the process. You see the different sizes. They're all made with paper bags, just different designs that I kind of got inspired to make. And I'll be showing you how to make one similar to this one. As you can see, these ones kind of have the paper kind of rolled right with the bag attached to it. And these ones kind of have been cut up into, different sections. I apologize if you hear a strange noise in the background. My neighbors have decided to do some renovating, and of course I wanted to record, and this is when they decided to do it. Okay, so the paper bag that I'm going to be using, I'll just give you brief sizes because paper bags are not all the same. I have a few different sizes, and the one I'm using here, as you can see, it's about oh my gosh, I will link the size in the little title up above. When I saw Gina make this, she kind of has a tutorial as well, which I will link below. She did some stitching with hers and some collaging, and I just think it came out so beautiful. So I was so inspired to make this. I have since seen others make similar ones. So if you have seen them, kind of the way they make them, it's just so great to make something different with the paper bags. And this is kind of how you flatten it out. So you're basically opening up your whole bag and trying to make this shape by flattening out the tops and bottoms. And then you're trying to kind of make sure it's nice and flat all around so that you can start to shape the top as well. And you can see how nice and flat it lays. So just make sure it's nice and flat and all your little corners have been popped out and everything. Now you fold this up a little bit and we're going to glue this together. So this is essentially the bottom of the paper bag that you have flattened out, and now you're kind of folding it to give it a little bit, I guess, a little bit of a thicker feel to it. Now I'm just going to be gluing one part here because I'll just be attaching it together. Now this is the smaller part of the bottom. You can see here when I actually glue it on, there'll be a little bit kind of like line left up above. And you'll see that there's just a little edge that's left. And so that's why I glued the short part to the top part, the larger part. Now, this is basically essentially your shape. And then you'll see when you fold up the open end and you fold down your closed end, you get your little clutch shape. So that's as easy as these are. Now, like I said, mine has a little twist because I made it into the accordion ephemera holder. So I'm going to show you step by step how I did that. But I just love how easy it is to put these together, you guys. Like I said, check out Gina's channel if you haven't seen it. She has some amazing videos. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I wanted actually for this little clutch purse to look like it's made out of fabric. So I'm using this printable that I have put together. It has various types of fabrics, trims and ribbons, and some stamped fabric as well. And I wanted to use this because I wanted it to look like, you know, those kind of really eclectic fabric pieces, which I forget the name right now. So I'll be cutting it up so that it fits, you know, kind of like the covers, the front and back. So it's approximately 4 inches tall and about 8¼ inches in length. Okay, so that's the size of paper that you're cutting. Now I want to see a little bit of the edges of the paper bag when I'm attaching my paper to it. So I'm making sure that I kind of measure, you know, just by eyeballing it, putting my pencil mark where I want to cut and cutting out my pieces. So I'm coming back with my pieces and then we'll just be gluing it on. This is what I have left over from cutting up the 2 larger pieces. And you can see how nicely it fits in the front. And then the leftover bit I'll put in the back. And I love how the little flower kind of sticks out in the back there. So see how it's looking like I've got just like a bunch of stitched up pieces of fabric attached to my little clutch. And then the leftover bits I'll just kind of collage somehow in the front. I am going to be using my favorite liquid glue, and I will have a link in the description box below of my favorite supplies. I use this glue because it doesn't warp the paper. Regular liquid glue might do that. So this one that I'm using doesn't, and that's why I enjoy using that. You can also use, you know, your favorite kind of adhesive for this project as well. Now for the top, or for the flap, I should say, I'm just going to be combining, you know, what's left over. I'm trying to see kind of if I can hodgepodge it. And then I might add something different to the inside, or maybe I'll just print out another one to add to the inside of the flap. But I'm just playing around with, you know, the shapes and where I want pieces to go. And again, I just want this to be kind of like a really easy project. So I'll just be cutting this one by using my ruler. And let's see, what else am I doing here? I hope again that the noise in the background is not too loud, you guys. Like I said, I wasn't expecting my neighbors to be, you know, making so much noise with the reno today. Don't forget to leave a comment below if you want to see my other designs as well. Like I said, I've done 3 different styles, and this is the one that I'm sharing with you first, and I have the 2 other ones that I shared as well. So if you want to see those, leave a comment below and let me know. I guess if I get enough interest, I'll make another tutorial. It is, I love sharing these projects with you guys, and I really enjoy making the videos, but as I've said many times before, it is so time consuming, especially now with everything going on. It's so difficult trying to find the right time to, you know, film these videos. So let me know if you want to see more. Now, I have also made other paper bag projects, including a tutorial for a mini paper bag journal from start to finish. Really easy to do. I will link that below. If you watch my channel, you know that I love working with paper bags, and those little mini journals are so fun and easy to make. So here I'm just cutting the other piece again, just kind of seeing how it's going to look. I'll be gluing that onto the flap, and then I'll come back and show you when I cut the edges off. So I've glued it to the front, and I guess this could be like a square looking thing if you didn't want to cut off the ends. But I was initially thinking I was going to fold it over, but I don't think I am. I think I'll cut it off. I'm also thinking, you guys, I'm excited about this. I will be adding this printable to my shop. I have been thinking about it for some time. I've been really hesitant to do it. I'm not sure if, you know, if this is something that you guys would enjoy, but I really like the idea of having this kind of faux fabric onto the paper bag, and I thought I would share it with you guys. So I will add it to my shop. Let me know what you guys think. I did print mine out borderless, so there's no border to this one, but it will come out if you don't switch your settings with a little bit of a border, which can just be cut off like you do with other printables. The other option besides this digital that you could have on your paper bag is just collage of maybe different leftover scraps that you have already. I really am for repurposing and reusing what we have. So that's why I love printables, because you can print only what you need, and whatever's left over, you can reuse it. And if you like an image, you can print it over and over again. Okay, so now I'm going to be I'm going to be filling out the inside. I'll just use another piece of the printable to do that. Okay, so I'll be gluing an extra piece to the inside of the flap. I'll glue it on, and then I'll just come back and show you guys how I'm just cutting off the edges. And this is just the leftover edge on the inside of the flap. And then my cover for my paper bag clutch will be done. Okay, so now it's just time to show you how I'll be adding the closure. But the one Gina had made, she stitched it closed. So if you wanted to make a clutch without the accordion, you could just glue it closed here or run a stitch through it, and that's it. You've got your little paper clutch. Now I'll be adding my accordion pockets to this one, but first we'll add the closure, and I'm thinking for this one I'll go with Velcro closure. The ones I have done that I showed you earlier, I did some closures with brads, I did some closures with like a twine and you know, just some different kind of string. So this is just another option, but you can close it however you would like. I think the Velcro is just going to make it easier. Also, if I kind of fill it with a lot of goodies, it's going to give me a little bit more room, I think, to grow. If you are enjoying this video, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new to my channel. I share lots of tutorials and various creative ideas. I really enjoy sharing what I am inspired to make with all of you. So I hope you enjoy that as well. And if you are going to be, you know, making something similar, don't forget to tag me or leave me, let me know where I can find you. Now let me show you how to do the inside of the paper bag for the accordion part of it. Okay, so what I love about this also is reusing these book pages that we all have so many of, and it doesn't have to be book pages. You can use whatever you want, but this is what I decided to do for this project because I have so many of them. So I'm just cutting them to size again to fit within the paper bag, and I cut them just a little bit shorter than how I cut the outside papers because it is smaller. And so what you'll do, you'll cut out 10 pieces because I like how they turn out this way. I think it gives you enough space within the bag with the 10 pieces. And what I'm doing now is I'm attaching 2 of the pieces together. So you'll just be putting glue on 3 sides to make a pocket. And you'll see here I'm just putting glue on 3 sides of one of the pages. And then I'll be attaching the other page to that. And you'll see here how I'm doing it. So we basically flip it over and line it up, and because you're using the liquid glue, you know, it has a little bit of time to shift things around if they're not lined up, but this project doesn't have to be, you know, exact because it's still being covered by the paper bag cover. Okay, so this is your first pocket here. There you go. Okay, and then excuse me, I'll just do the rest and then come back and show you when they're done. Now you have to make sure that when you're finished with your pieces, you've got your 5 pieces ready to go, so they're all pockets. Make sure that they're all facing up, so your, you know, kind of openings are facing up, or however it is you're going to be gluing them. I'm going to be using my stick glue here and just putting glue in the center, and I'm just eyeballing it. Again, you can measure if you want to, but I just like to eyeball this part just to the center. Make sure your pocket is facing the same way as the one you're attaching it to, and then attach that on top. And now you've got yourself two pockets attached by one of the centers, and I'm just going to show you how it's looking. Okay, so we'll do the rest as well. So here I'm just gluing again the center, and then again making sure that your opening is facing the same way as the other ones. Trust me, I've done that boo-boo before, so that I'm making sure that you guys don't make that same mistake. And then you see how that's kind of coming together. Okay, so I'll just continue because I know some people will say they wanted to see the whole process. Sometimes I don't, show you every little bit of glue I'm adding, but I know for this one, people will probably say they wanted to see, all the pages being put on. So that's what I'm doing now. So now we have all our 5 pockets glued together. And now the easiest part is how we're going to glue them on the inside. So I'll show you again how it's looking. And you've got your pockets opening in the accordion style, made with this nice recycled book pages, or upcycled, I guess. And now I'm just putting it inside, seeing how it's going to fit, making sure that it has all the borders on the side where I want it to fit. Adding glue to the center again, and then I'm just closing the bottom flap, and that's just going to attach it. And then I'm doing the same again to the center, and then I'll be folding it back up, and now you'll have it attached. Of course, you'll have to let it dry so that it doesn't come apart, because I've just glued it on. Okay, so now we open this up, and you've got your 5 pockets plus the front pocket of the paper bag. So that's like 6 little compartments where you can add ephemera and pieces to send to a friend. I really love how that flower came out. Okay, so I think I'll just decorate a little bit, but that's it for the design. You can add washi tape to cover up the edges of the paper bag. Like I said, Gina stitched hers, and you might want to sew yours and give it that little extra touch to it. But I like how it's come out. I like how it feels. And now I'll just kind of start decorating a little bit. Decided that I wanted to add a little bit of this vintage trim to the top of my bag, and then I'm thinking I'll add a little button. I have these like wooden buttons that I picked up at Michael's a long time ago, and I'm thinking I'll be using one of them for this project. But again, you can use any button that you have if you wanted to. You could stitch it right on. I think that will look really nice if you stitched it on. But I think I'm just going to use the little glue that it comes with, the little glue dot. And maybe I'll also add a little bit of cheesecloth in the back, because I think it just gives it a little bit of texture. So initially I kind of just put it on to see how it would look, but I think I'll add the little bit of cheesecloth just to actually add a little bit more fabric to the faux fabric pouch. And that's it. I think that's all I'm going to do to this one. So I hope you guys enjoy the share. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you do get inspired to make one, don't forget to tag me or mention my channel, and let me know where I can find you so I can take a look, because I always like to see how people get inspired with things that I make. And I'll be adding, like I said, this digital to my shop. Let me know, please, what you think of it. I love how it's come out, but I might be inspired to make some more. I shouldn't say digital, printable, because it's just been a combination of actual fabrics and ribbons and things that I added to it. So let me know what you guys think. I've been holding off on doing this for so long. I'm still not sure I want to do it, but we'll see. I'm just going to give it a try. So I hope you guys enjoyed the share, and I can't wait to fill these up and send them to pen pals and friends and Happy Mail, etc. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to check the channels I linked, the stores, and everyone I mentioned. Thank you again, and I will see you soon. Thanks so much for stopping by.